Alright. Wisdom, hello and welcome back. I just finished my morning affirmations with Bob Baker at the moment, and really felt good to basically start the day with Bob Baker's affirmations, 21-day affirmation challenge. At the moment, I've completed day 10. Yay! Day 10, and really feeling great, with these affirmations changing my life, and just looking at living with as much positivity as I can during a during these hard times, because we are in hard times at the moment. Now, basically, I just felt, I just felt like hosting the room this morning on wisdom, and basically just thinking, how I can live the best life during these hard times. Economic hard times as well is what we're living in. Like yesterday, I was going through the shopping centre, and basically I noticed that people are starting to panic buy toilet paper again, and it's like, I'm confused. Why are people just trying to starting to panic buy toilet paper? What's causing this problem? Why are people under anxiety for toilet paper? And yet, getting the booster shot as well. I've already had my booster shot for COVID-19, but I don't know. Why do people panic? I guess South Park sort of predicted pandemics in the past. I don't know. It's quite complicated. I'd love to hear your thoughts on, hard times in the world, how you are overcoming hard times, spirituality during hard times, and what are you doing to overcome these problems? Let's read a quote from Lao Tzu: "The Tao does not choose sides. The good person receives from the Tao because he is on its side." Oh, I love the Tao Te Ching. And let's read you a mantra for today. Let's see what we got. I free myself by forgiving myself. Yeah, a lot of these things, especially self-forgiveness as well, has been a struggle for me. But, hard times, this is my opinion, by the way. It can make you a better person, or it can make you feel worse. I mean, we all go through down spots in our lives, but it's how we overcome it. Now we've got the war in Ukraine, and you know, people are in fear of their lives now. And how can we have a, spiritual practice during these hard times? All right, we've got a guest coming on. Let's see. Hello.
Greetings. How are you?
Yes, good. How are you?
Oh, I'm breathing. I cannot complain. And even if I did, it wouldn't matter. So I just kind of be grateful.
Exactly. And where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
Nice. I'd
And where
love
are
to go to
you?
Canada.
Where are you? Where are you from?
Sydney, Australia.
Ooh, Sydney, Australia. You guys are doing your own little thing down there. Everybody's having their hard times. I feel you, brother. I feel you.
Yeah.
Um, there's like you were saying, it can either break you or make you.
Yeah. Like like I said, before, like people, I don't know, want to panic buy toilet paper and all that stuff.
Right.
Uh,
I been here, done that in Canada. They're doing that. People do that. I don't know why.
yeah, weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
But tell
it's
me about
really
you. What are you doing as a
the
career?
state. Oh, as a career, you know what? I went to school for social work, and I didn't find it. I didn't want to do it their way. I didn't want to sit behind a desk and collect files and maybe see you once in a while. And I had a lot of healing to do when I got to a point when I got out of school, because I thought if they hired me as a social worker, then I would have made the world worse.
Mm-hmm. Mm,
So I realized that I had some work to do first of all,
mm,
and so I went on a path in trying to figure out how to communicate with people, because I realized the one thing that made me go through this world and survive the life that I have had was I never stopped talking. I don't,
mm-hmm.
it's that one thing that keeps you connected to everything. And if you got to talk to a tree, but just talk out loud. Honest to
Mm,
God. It's the one thing that saved me. I mean, I left home when I was 11. I ran away and I lived on the streets of Toronto,
mm-hmm.
Canada. And I believe if I didn't open my mouth and just started a conversation with somebody, I don't know where I'd be today. I really wouldn't know.
Mm,
So my answer is definitely not to live in silence.
mm, mm. And how have you overcome that time of your life from living in the streets to being successful?
Now I consider myself a motivational coach, or a communication coach, just to get the dialogue going. But how I survived was so many ways. I mean, I wish it was just one thing. I would have bottled it and sold it to a bunch of people. Honest to
Mm,
God. But it's a combination of one, faith. And
mm,
having faith, even when I didn't even know what this God is, I still don't really understand it. I don't know what it is, but I know it's something that encompasses knowledge, compassion, understanding, and communication. And I embody that I do my best to embody it and have faith in those tools so I can get to the next step. So faith in, the unseen, and just believing. Sometimes it's not
mm,
always good to question. Sometimes it's just good to just accept. I swear to God. Just accept that
mm,
there's something greater out there. Just believe it loves you. Just believe it. Just believe it.
mm,
And that's definitely one of the things. After that was just using my common sense to stay
mm.
alive. Honest to God.
Now you're in Toronto, are you?
I was born in Toronto. I've moved to Vancouver about 10, 15 years ago. But yeah, I'm now in Vancouver, but born in Toronto.
Very, very cold in the winter.
Yeah, it is cold in the winter, but Vancouver's a little bit warmer depending on, I live on the Vancouver Island, so it doesn't get too cold there. So
Hmm.
I love it much better than Toronto.
Hmm. Wow. So, you decided to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I'm putting my experience to work. And
Hmm.
slowly I'm creating a little website to help, become a personal coach and so far I'm doing okay. I'm doing really well. I consider myself successful because I don't live in dread and fear anymore. So on that
Mm.
level, I am successful.
Hmm.
So I encourage anyone who believes that they have come to a point where they can see the other side of any journey that was supposed to kill them or traumatize you.
Mm.
Celebrate your victory and help another get to that same spot. It would be at least encourage anyway.
Yeah, victory is always the best.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a long time to get to your victory, but I always say to people, don't give up because you cannot enjoy the miracle if you're dead. You need to be
Mm.
alive. So just don't take yourself out before the miracle. Just don't.
Mm. And you mentioned you're not enjoying being a social worker. Is that correct?
No, I when I started in education, I didn't like how they taught it. So I left the
Hmm.
program and decided to create my own. And it took me a long time. I took the scenic route, but I love talking to people. I love just communicating. I love having people come to their own point of discovery. It is such a fulfilling thing to just watch somebody um start with a silent, they don't like talking, and by the end of it they're like, "Oh, I just love expressing," and they've learned how to do it in a way that elevates themselves and others.
Mm. What's your name, by the way?
Well, they some people call me Queen Bee Divine, but my birth name is Sona.
Sona, nice to meet you. You're on the Stephen Shields radio show, so you're on the podcast.
Thank you so much. I love you. I love it. I think it's the first time I've met you.
Hmm. But Canada's a good place. I went there. I was a kid, but if I could move, I'd probably move there because I
Really?
like the winter. Yeah, I like the
I
winter.
like I would love to see Australia. What is it like in Australia? Like, what is
It's
it
it's
like?
it's been humid and it's been flooding and it's like it's been hot at the moment. We've
Right.
had a mosquito problem,
Wow. Oh,
but we're
geez.
in autumn at the moment, so I hope it cools down.
Yeah, is it okay? And okay, if you, what's a good day in Australia? Because right now, or a good day without. What does it look like in Australia? Because you said it's flooding sometimes. What's it look like on a good day? Like, what's the best
A, no,
day?
a nice warm winter's day, say 22 degrees when the sun's out. That's beautiful.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, this might be a silly question. Forgive me. And
Hmm.
forgive me if it's a silly question. Does it snow there? I don't know.
Yeah, you have to go up in the mountains, the Blue
Okay, okay,
Mountains,
okay.
but not
Oh,
not as not as heavy as you'd get in Toronto or Calgary.
ah, yeah, okay then. See, yeah, I see what you're saying because I wouldn't mind the heat all the time, but I guess,
Hmm.
to each his own. Like, I have to. My family roots are Jamaican, so but I was
Hmm.
born in Canada, so I'm always loving a warmer climate, and Vancouver's not bad.
Hmm.
But like I said, I wouldn't mind to live on a. But the grass is always greener on the other side, isn't it?
Mm.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind living in the Caribbean or even visiting Australia. It's supposed to, I hear such great things about it, so why not?
Yeah, it's very hard to travel at the moment, Sonia.
Yes.
It's yeah, it's a nightmare.
Are you, as your title says, hard times, what you need to know? Or do you find yourself going through a hard time now, the way everything is in Australia?
I do sort of spiritually at the moment because it's
Right.
like Australia's become like what they call a police state.
Right.
Um, at
Yes.
one
Yes.
point, uh, if you didn't want to get vaccinated, oh, you can't go to like. I think in Queensland there's teachers who don't want to get vaccines, so they can't go to work.
Wow.
And
That's.
this whole COVID thing is just fed up with it.
Mm. I know here in Canada, our we had our the mandates were, I haven't left home, like, I mean, for many reasons, but I haven't left home for, like, my husband goes out to work because he has to work, and he's an
Mm,
electrician, so he's very segregated, but he had to wear masks. But I haven't been out for like almost a year and a half, unless around my
mm,
without my property, because there's really nothing to, and I refuse to put on. I just didn't want to comply with so many things. No, for no political reason. I just don't like my free will impeded upon. So I guess that was
mm,
my way of rebelling. And I realized that there is so much misinformation out there, and
mm,
I really would love to see the day where we could return to just not having we had a police state for a bit, and then I don't know what Trudeau did. I don't know what goes on in this political arena anymore. They're just messing with us now. But my point is, I don't know what they're doing, but I really hope that things can get back to a normal thing, because mental healthy, it's not good for the mental health. And I realize a lot of people who I know as friends were not doing well, and they're not even
mm,
in the situation like you are, where the police state, where things, you have to wear a mask or you don't go to work. um, they shut down the gyms here, they shut down restaurants here, they shut down so
mm.
many things, and I don't even know how this is happening. It's just sometimes it's so surreal, but you're like, I I don't even know what to say on that. It's just I send love to Australia, and I know it doesn't mean much into the ether, but I really do, with every thought process that's put towards freedom and getting back to what is normal helps. I really do, and I'm really sorry you're in that situation.
It's things are opening up, but like just say for instance, a natural disaster like a flood just becomes very political. A flood.
Yes, everything is political now. It's about power and money, and like I don't know if you heard about the truckers in Canada, how they went to the border.
Yeah, I did.
And oh my God, it was nothing like the news said. It was the most peaceful. It turned into a political. I don't know what happened, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. And then you wonder now: is there anything that they don't use for political advancement anymore? Like, can we not be, sentient beings that live? Not anymore. I don't know. I'm sure there's a, what's that? There's a woman that talks about something called a wild card. There's got to be something that changes everything. I mean, at least to,
Mm,
there must be. We can't live like this forever. Do you know what I mean?
I know. How is the situation in Vancouver?
Let's see. I mean, we're I think yesterday they said we don't have to wear masks if we don't want to.
Hmm.
But you can see that, and how, at least how my husband tells me, that nobody wants to do that. So whatever happened in the last 2 years about putting stuff in our head, it's stuck. Whether I don't, I'm not really, I'm not going to say what's true and what's not true, but however
Mm,
people perceived it, they have a fear still in them, and that's a mental health crisis waiting to happen. Um,
mm,
because, besides the fact of, we're covering our mouth, I mean, we have a hard enough time breathing in good air, and then putting mask over your face. I mean, oxygen needs to get to your brain, and I mean, we're getting really saturated in what's good for our body anymore. Nobody seems to know that, you need to get deep breaths, and you need to get outside, you need to take in sunshine. This will affect you. It'll affect us in the long run if we don't tell people, like, it's either really okay to do it or not okay to do it. You can't be in the middle and messing with people's mental health. I think that's the real problem. I really do.
yeah, that's what COVID did. A lot of the media used it as their advantage
Yes.
to boost their ratings.
Yeah, yeah, I really agree. So, and but it also shows you. I don't know if you notice this,
Mm.
Stephen, how easily led we are. We could be led in any direction. At least not the majority, but most people. If you tell them, something's happening, they'll believe it. We have lost that
Oh yeah,
ability to question things.
yeah. So what's going to be the future?
Well, I always say the future is what we make it. And as cheesy as that may sound, I truly believe it, because in my own life, like I said, I have been through, um, more than I could have thought I could have bared. I wrote a
Mm-hmm.
book about my life. It'll come out soon enough, but that's not the point. My point is that when I took focus and really start thinking positively, regardless of what was going on in the world, I was able to
Mm-hmm.
change my life and change my spiritual strength to withstand anything. So
Mm-hmm.
far, so good. So the future is really what you want it to be. I mean, yes, there are situations around you can't control, but if you want to bring joy, focus on that. Discipline
Mm-hmm.
yourself to really stay away from mainstream media the best you can and live from the best from whatever situation you're in. Live the best way you can. And I really think that you can have the life you want eventually. A little time, but I really do believe that. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. I meant hard times, like situations like what's called a food shortage, which is
Right,
quite
right.
possible to happen in Australia, and how society is going to live with a food shortage. This is just my opinion of a World War III breaking out.
Right. Yeah, that's probably a real reality on some level. And I think that we have been in World War III for a long time. Not to sound,
Hmm.
I think that the battle started when they decided to attack our minds and our body, because the only way you can allow humans to do stuff or act docile or not and not to have their power is by taking away the nutrients from their brain to think correctly, to act
Mm.
correctly, to make decisions, to empower themselves, that they can heal themselves through earth and all that stuff. Once you break down the human genome on all levels, it's easy to take it's easy to take us over. So the question, I think I'm walking away from the question here, is that let me think. I think I lost my ah, that's hilarious. My mind went off. What were you saying, Stephen? I think I lost my train of thought.
If World War III breaks
Yes,
out,
that's it. World War III. I think it already started.
mm,
So what we're questioning is how do we recuperate ourselves from that? Because to think that it hasn't started or it's just starting, I think we're beyond that. I think now is how do we fight back? How do we
mm,
stand up as a human population and say we don't want this? And the truth is, we really have to really unite. I mean, it's just every human person has to do it one time, and that takes a great consciousness, and everybody has to tap into that by going inside and just saying, you know what, today might be the day where we all stand up and say no more, because we
mm.
already have the power. Government doesn't work for us. I mean, government works for us. We don't work for the government, but somehow we haven't remembered that. So it's about remembering our power. So when that happened, World War III is already happening. It's already happening. The question is, how the heck do we get out of it? How do we
Yeah,
get out
that's
of it?
quite well. That's quite complicated. I mean, I don't have the answer for that, but you know, you look back at history of the Great Depression as
Right.
well, and those were very hard times.
Yes, yes.
So I think we're living in sort of a time similar to the Great Depression. It's already happening, Sonia.
Yeah, it's already happening. There are food shortages everywhere. I mean, they're not telling you.
Mm,
But the one thing my mom taught me, and she said that when this war happened, because she always said it would, and it had started back in when we were little. She says that the battle will be for the mind. And yes,
mm,
there are physical wars going on right now, but she said World War III is going to be a battle for your mind. So be sure to always stay as close to the earth as possible. Eat good food, have people who are focused on being their best version of themselves, those that can keep a positive mindset. Because if you keep your mind strong, everything else will kind of flow to you. So, that's this is what I think it is. I think if you keep your mind strong and just focus on what is good and just strengthen that muscle of their mind, I mean, anything is possible. I really do believe that. I really do.
Hmm. And what are some good things happening in your life at the moment?
Well, I'm talking to you for one.
Hmm.
Two, I'm having a baby as soon as my body decides it wants to do it.
Hmm.
As I sit in bed and just chill. The fact is that I'm still, I live in a what's optimist. I'm an optimist, always seeing the positive side of things.
Hmm.
That one day I believe maybe things will just change. I don't know how, and I don't expect to figure out the details sometimes. But we need the dreamers and the musicians and the artists to keep that dream alive, that the world can be what it wants, and that's a good
Mm.
thing in my life. A good thing in my life. I have a great husband. I have a great dog, and sometimes my dog outsmarts me. So I guess that's a really good thing.
Hmm.
um and that this wisdom app can connect people like you and me in from two
Mm.
different parts of the world, and we can talk back and forth. So those are just some of the good things happening to me. And you?
Yeah, the podcast. Hopefully, growing the podcast one day and making a living being a content creator. That's what I'm looking at doing. And just keeping healthy is what's going good for me.
I like that. That's I can. Well, you look healthy in your Superman outfit.
Mm. It's a nice cartoon for myself.
You look healthy there. You look like you've been
Mm.
eating. So I mean, that's those are the things that we can focus on. Like that's all you really can do. I mean, I remember being homeless in Belize,
Hmm.
and we walking the streets and how people judged you. And the one
Mm.
thing I learned about that, we used to have to live off the coconut trees, and we would
Hmm.
have to uh, figure out how to fish for our food if we were lucky that day. And at the
Mm.
end of the day, we realized that no matter if we had food or we had our health. And yes, sometimes some people don't have their health, but I know in that situation that our health was so important to continuing the journey, and just being grateful for things kept us in a positive mode. So no matter how crappy it was, if we were sleeping in the rain or if we hadn't eaten for a couple of weeks, or my husband got 16 killer bee stings on his legs, and they were swollen up and he couldn't walk, and we were in the middle of nowhere.
Hmm.
And things like this, like when bad hard times come, you just have to be grateful for what you have, even if you don't really have what you have. Like my husband didn't have his feet for a while, but I was
Hmm.
grateful that he wasn't dead. I had to think of
Hmm.
something, because otherwise I would have gone mad. So when we go to hard times, what we need is to always look towards light, walk on the sunny side of the street, and it might sound corny, but that's the strength of of a strong mind, is just always thinking of the positive with what gets you forward. At least it got me forward.
Hmm. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's definitely is a tricky time
Yeah,
at the
tricky.
moment.
Do you have family in Australia?
Yeah, a lot of family problems myself.
Hmm.
Uh, but the past is the past, and it's time to move on.
Oh,
You
okay.
know.
Yes. Do you have a
But
pet or a dog or anything
yeah,
like
we got a few. We've where I am, we had a possum hanging around, so I give it some food to eat.
that?
Got some
Oh.
birds. I like cats and dogs. My podcast cover, I put a cat and a dog on there. Uh,
Why did you want to start a podcast anyway? What was your passion behind starting a podcast? It was something that
I don't
you
know. Something, I don't know, just kept telling me just to try it and have a go. So I just thought, fuck it, I will do it.
good for you. That's what I thought about. I'm like, you know what? Why am I waiting for it? Just talk, and if it works out,
Mm,
great. You only, I don't know how long we'll all be here on this planet. God only knows what we'll do, but you got to stay positive. And when you get an opportunity in your brain or your spirit to do it, I say do it. So I'm glad you're starting a podcast.
Mm. And who knows, I could be competing with Joe Rogan one day.
You just never know. Anything and everything is possible. I don't know how Joe Rogan got there though. That's pretty impressive. But wasn't he a UFC announcer?
Yeah,
Or fight? Yeah,
and he did Fear Factor as well.
yeah, Fear Factor. I remember that show. Oh my god.
Mm.
Yeah. And I guess it's just, if when I watch Fear Factor and the UFC, I wouldn't know that he had such a talent to just kind of keep people, interested. And when you hear him on, you're like, wow, was this always in him, or did he grow into it? Because he's really good at what he does. He keeps people engaged. He has people talking, and isn't that the job?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's all. So you can be a hater or not. He's doing his thing, and it's so cool to love or a hater of him. It's nice to see somebody who started off in one direction and kind of ended up into something like talking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Mm. But exactly, you just gotta stay true to yourself.
I think so. So I think you'll do good. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna talk about Australia or just topics close to your heart.
Yeah, society and culture.
Ah.
What I feel called to talk about. If you tap my profile, you can subscribe to my podcast on Apple Podcast or YouTube if you're on there.
Oh, okay. I will do that, my friend. After I leave here, I have to make
Hmm.
some. What am I doing? I'm making. Once I get off there, I'm gonna be making. I'm gonna be making some bread,
Hmm.
and then I'm gonna be
Nice.
making pasta for dinner. So I like making my own pasta, my own bread for pasta. I don't like the store bought. Too much stuff in it. So,
What's
um,
the time in Vancouver at the moment?
oh, right now the time is 2:39 in the afternoon.
It's about 8:39 in the morning for me.
Ah, I see, my friend. Okay, okay, okay. I see. Is it a bright sunny day?
Yeah, it's going to be sunny, still summer, but I love the weather like I'm a winter person. I
See,
love the cold
I'm a
weather.
heat person.
Oh dear. You know,
That's funny.
Australia's like got so many different types of climate. You got humid.
Right,
If you go to the Northern Territory, it's pretty much like what you're going to get in Singapore.
right.
You get dry, and then it'll get cold in winter time as well. Ugh, it's a big place.
I love that. Ugh.
Mm,
That makes funny.
it
Yeah,
is.
I can, it's like Canada. I love Canada. And because as soon as I go to a warm place, I never appreciate, it makes you
Mm,
appreciate, but I wouldn't mind going to a hot place, but Canada, like you said, or Australia, I mean, Canada's a big place too. And when we got out of because we drove across Canada and it took
mhm.
us, I think we did like, stops, but we drove daily. So it took us about 9 days or 8 days to go across Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And it was a pretty neat because the coldest what we were in was in Manitoba in the prairies, and they call it the flatlands, and it's just flat. There's nothing.
Mm,
And then you go to one end and it's just pure mountains, and that's the side that we're on. It was interesting to meet that, you realize, wow, it was a good idea to travel because the weather it was really, really cold, and I dislike winter. But as soon as we got in Vancouver, it was nice and mild, and when we got on the island, it was even milder. So I call Vancouver Island my Caribbean, Canada.
yeah, it's it's a it's a nice place. But Sonia, before the timer runs out, thanks for coming on the podcast. Where can people find you on social media?
Oh, I'm on Instagram as Queen Bee. You can find me here on the Wisdom app. I have an anchor podcast called Blunt Reflections
Hmm.
Podcast. And other than that, if you're connected with love, you'll probably find me. I'm somewhere in there.
Awesome. I've just given you a follow on Instagram, so happy to connect with you as well.
Oh, thank you, and happy to connect to you. It's a pleasure to meet someone from Australia and someone with just thanks for just chatting with me, and thank you so much, my brother. You take care, okay?
You two have a good evening and a good night.
Thank you, you too.
Bye. All right, that was a nice conversation. But yeah, we are in hard times at the moment. We've got another guest coming on. Let's see.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm in Australia too.
How are you?
I'm great. I don't think this is a coincidence because I see Superman first. I'm like, okay, and then Australia, and then one in hard times. What you need to know, it's like I've been clicking, but then when I see this one, I'm like, no, I think this is for me. This is for me, and I'm glad that you are here, and I'm glad that you're making this. Thank you for that.
You're
Been
welcome.
listening to the last lady. She's just beautiful and bubbly.
Hey,
What a
what's your
beautiful
name?
morning. Siham.
Siham, Stephen. Nice to
Yes.
meet you. Yeah, it
Nice to
is a
meet you.
beautiful morning at the moment.
Oh, yes. Amazing. It's clear. It's sunny. I'm in Brisbane. Um, and I'm playing cello, and I'm just take it in, just take it in. And yeah, and Superman, I mean, since I remember when I was probably teenager, what my first crush was Superman. Not the man itself, the character Superman was and still was my crush. And in fact, once I went to Halloween party, and I was I was Lara Croft, and I met Superman, and he was literally look exactly like Superman. I'm like, man, you gotta be doing movies, man. But people didn't really like it because everyone was after him and men were after me, so we couldn't really make it. It was just a disaster. People, when they get through something beautiful, they wreck it. But yeah, I mean, I love the character Superman because I thought always that he can take me and fly. Like, I don't want to fly by myself. I want him to I wanted to fly with him. Yeah, it's just it's a character. It's beautiful.
So, Siham, you're a cellist, is that correct?
Was that?
Are you a
Sorry.
cellist? You play the
I'm.
cello?
Oh no, I'm not. I don't play cello, but I listen to cello a lot. Well, I listen to so many different things, techno and so many. But cello makes me to go deep. I love deep. I love deep stuff. Yeah, I'm just someone just like to dig in. Yeah, it just make me smile to see Superman here. That's it.
And
Yeah.
are you creative? Do you
Mm-hmm.
do any creative work?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I love create. I am creative. I am a creator. I call myself. I'm a creator because I do create things sometimes that no one sometimes does, or they think that where did you get this idea? I'm like, it's just my idea. Everything starts with the idea. So I just see anything that I can make art of, or anything that makes money, or I have really brilliant ideas that really does make $1 million, but sometimes it can be a threat to a few people that I find solutions easy, just because of my brain has like a popcorn. It just pops off a lot of uh, things. Um, but I keep doing, like, I love to learn. I love learning. Like, when I studied acting for films, I didn't just wanted to study just acting, but I studied basically most of it, like editing, directing, writing, just telling the story, and painting. It's something that I'm born with. I love painting. And I'm working on a collection, 6 pieces. Um, and this has been creative. I'm going to make them as a cartoon, like, bananas pajamas.
Yeah, I remember
Well,
that.
well, that's mine are not obviously bananas. Otherwise, I won't be unique, right? So I have something different that could be a cartoon, and adults will love to watch it, and even children. So I created these 6 characters, one character, but they all look different. Three males and 3 females. And I'm going to finish them soon. There's only one left. And then I'm going to work with few people that do 3D animation to kind of create a series, maybe 2 minutes or 1 minute. It could be 30 episodes, and see how it goes. And then I can sell the painting, the physical. So yeah, I can do a lot of things. I love creating.
So, Saham, have you thought about the NFT market? Have you looked at that?
Yes.
It's so complicated for me because I looked into that myself, but I don't understand all these Bitcoin stuff. And what's your thoughts on the NFTs?
Well, yes, been on Clubhouse for a while, going to NFT rooms and listening. Well, there's like a risk there. It's not protected, especially I have physical. I don't do digital. I mean, I can do digital, but if I put it there, people will scam. They will take it. So I don't want to go through that. I want to do digital. If I want to sell on NFT, I'm going to create digital and then sell it there. But physical, it's very unique for me, and it takes time. And there is a relationship between me and the physical. It's crazy, me and the painting and all of it. So I want to make them as they are unique. I want to sell them different way, as create the cartoon, and then the value will go up, and then I can sell the physical when they will know the original was start as painting, and then people will, you know what I'm saying, kind of marketing, but in a different way. Then I know is going to be big. And I love those characters. I show it to a few engineers. They do 3Ds and they do other things. And one of them, he does crypto as well. He wanted to buy them. I said, no, yeah. And I haven't even finished them. He said, when you finish the 6th one, I'm buying them. I said, I know, because he's a businessman. He knows where the money is. And we were talking about the cartoon situation, and he said, it's going to work. And I know it's going to work, because all I need is to just believe in myself, believe in my project. And that's all I need. That's how I start with. Believe in it, and believe in it. And I love them. They make me smile. They are very cool, and they're going to be funny.
Oh, look, I like cartoons as well.
Yeah. They are cartoons, actually, in fact, yes.
Nice.
They are, but something that I won't say it, but I'm following you now. Hopefully one day I will put the characters, something that is very familiar in Australia. And so many people love, I'm not going to say it, and you will be thinking, what is it? There's so many things. But when you see it, you're like, oh, now I know. Something that especially Australians love it so much, and it's basically everywhere. So it's something that I love it personally. And children will love it too. So yeah, it's something that I feel like it's happy characters. I want them to be happy.
Let's talk about art for a sec, because by the sounds of it, you're a painter. I used to be a painter when I was a teenager, but I tried to paint like traditional landscape, but used to get very frustrated. I do all my work on Canva. It's just easier for me. So, do you sell your physical work?
Not yet. I have 14 pieces physical, individual, like not collection. Not yet. That one, I'm thinking either I will rent. I have a friend that has like this studio that rented like events, and I thought I would put my canvases there and have this event, and people come and see. But then I would put it, of course, all of them on Instagram, my social media, and NFT. It's just there's just a little bit of risk in there. It's just scammers. It's just plenty of them. And there's many ways to sell them. Either sell it one go or sell it few times. But sell it few times and get, like, for example, 10% each time someone buy it. You don't know if that person going to hold it for 3 years, 2 years, and then you're not going to make any money out of it. So, for example, for me, when I was going to do that on NFT, I was just going to sell my art, like one go, sell it, done, money come back. Just not really guaranteed to sell my art 50 or 100 times. Just, I don't know, the buyer may hold it for a while. I don't know how long they're going to hold it for. So it's just, I don't know. And I want to make money out of it. So it's something that you don't know. They can maybe hold it forever. How would I know? So yeah, there is contract that I have to do and stuff. But yeah, I think NFT. I gotta be with the community. Some people that I can actually just trust. Gotta be trust in there. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Yeah.
Sahab, I'm a musician. I've got work on Spotify, so I'm
Oh,
very
nice.
creative. Um,
What's on your Spotify? Hold on.
just you can
Let me
type my
write the name.
names. My name is
Ah,
on
just
there,
the name. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay.
or you can tap on my profile, check out my YouTube, and it should take you to my.
Oh, Superman is singing.
Mm,
Okay, that's cute. That's really nice. Hold on. I gotta just write it down before you disappear. I'm someone who write a lot because
mm,
I forgot. I have ADHD. People don't really like it when I say that, but I actually do,
mm.
and that's just the thing. I gotta be organized.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
What type of music you sing? Like, what type of music you
It was
produce?
film and electronic.
Oh,
Very inspiring. I wanted to ask this question: do you believe art should be a hobby or a full-time job?
I mean, it's. If you, I mean, you have Spotify, and I don't think it's a hobby. I think it's
Mm,
something that you already have. It's a talent.
mm.
I
But
mean,
it's not. I mean, a full-time job, like earning a living off it.
well, I believe I do what I love. To be honest, I've done that before in my life, and I wasn't happy. I've worked so many different jobs and did everything. Never pursue acting. Never pursue painting. Basically, those two, especially those two, haven't done them. I've done
Hmm.
pleased people, done works that yeah, in the office, sitting, blah blah blah, all of that crap. But I
Hmm.
was never really satisfied, really
Hmm.
happy. When I stopped that, and I kind of like, you know what? Because why I came with this decision, especially when my brother passed away, my younger brother passed away,
Hmm.
2016. That's when I came up. I'm like, you know what? I life is too short because he died like age 28 years old, just
Oh,
heart attack.
that's how
And
old I am.
oh no, well I don't wait, I don't no, please, no, no. Anyways, I'm just telling a story.
Hmm.
Um, and from that decision, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do what I love.
Hmm.
I'm really going to do what I love, and that's when I studied acting for 4 years, and I love it. I
Hmm.
really love it. It's not just acting; it's psychology. It's reading people. So I'm happy what I'm doing. It may not giving me a lot of money, but I'm happy. I'm doing painting, so I'm going to make money other way. Music, of course, you can make. Look at people. So many people are artists and singers, and so it's something that you already have. It's a talent that you just gotta make it big. It's already there.
Hmm.
So I mean, if you really love it, love music a lot, I mean, just go for it. Any
Mm.
person that pursue one thing or two things, but something that they really love, they always good at it and
Hmm.
famous, and they just master it because you focus on that thing. You're not
Hmm.
focusing 10 things at a time because it's not going to work. So if
Exactly.
you do music, just keep doing music. Do as much as music as you can. Do as much as YouTube as you can. Write as much as you can. Get inspired. Because what's music is? It's inspiration. I
Hmm.
play music. Why? Because he's or the singer or the musician is inspired by something, and I'm listening to it and I'm connecting to it. So it's just all starts with inspiration, I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it's something that I love to do, I'd love to earn a living off it.
Yeah,
So
of
that's what I
course.
love. I'm sure you will do that
Yeah,
with your
obviously.
work.
Yeah.
I
Just
know the the whole industry's gone down because of COVID as well.
I know. Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know where you at, but I'm not sure. I mean, Sydney, I don't know how is it. I haven't been there. I haven't been in
Mm.
Melbourne. A friend of mine invited me to go there, so I'm not sure. It's been a while. I've been to
Mm.
Cairns,
Hmm.
but yeah, I think especially here, like music, it gotta be big,
Mm.
something that really big, that looks
Mm.
like that kind of Hollywoodish style.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, But I believe just keep doing that and do something else aside that doesn't take much. So at least you survive. You're not gonna starve yourself. Obviously, you gotta need something aside just to survive. But then keep doing. It's like now I'm focusing on painting a lot. A lot, because I know the value, and I know, and I can see it, and I've showed it to a few people, and so I'm focusing on this right now. Now, if I'm focusing on this, something gonna happen. Doesn't matter the time, but something is going big happen because I believe in it. Like Harry Potter, the writer, she tried to sell her book a few times, and no one wants to buy it. And look at it now; she's probably a billionaire or something. She believed in the story. She believed in it, and no one actually at that time wants it. But look at it now. So just I believe just you believe that you're a musician, you believe that it's in your blood, then just do it, and it's going to make a lot if you just kind of know how to the criteria, or how to do it. Because I'm not a musician, so I don't know. I can give you advice for music, but I love to listen to it. I mean, I can
Yeah,
follow you, and yeah.
check out my stuff on YouTube, and I'm always open to any feedback as well.
I'm actually going to play something right now. I'm going to put your name.
But yeah, we are on hard times at the moment, economically.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
But
Oh, wow. This is really cute. Oh, my God. I love this. Is it like you wearing red? Red
yeah,
jumper? Oh, my God. Is that the right? Okay. Oh, my God. This is so, I can see it's fun. Oh, my God. I can't wait. Come
what's
on.
what's showing up?
TikTok cutie topper guild. Is that right?
No,
No, that's not right. Okay. Are you blonde? No?
no.
Oh. Wow, wow, this is the same. Can't believe it. Oh, Scherer, Stephen Scherer. No, that's not the one. It's not popping in on YouTube here for some. I just put your name. That's all I did. But can I put something else?
You on Instagram?
Yeah.
All right, I'll send you it right now.
Okay.
Here we go. So where are you from originally?
Originally from Morocco. I have an accent, I know.
Wow.
Yeah. All the way, right? I was just
And
one day, I went to the beach and I just looked at the sky and I said, God, send me to the farthest land from here. and I didn't believe it. After 3 years, I found myself here. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. It's like, wow, my mouth. I have to watch my mouth, what I'm
I can't
saying.
look if you type my name in as it's spelled on Spotify, it should come up.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube, or if you're on Wisdom, just tap my profile and it'll
Yeah.
take you to my YouTube. Because I can't
Oh,
find you on
yeah, yeah,
Instagram.
yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But wow, Morocco. Yeah.
It's quite
But
fun.
no, it's I hopefully the music industry will get
Oh,
back
I
to the
just
way
found
it
you.
was.
I subscribe right now. Yes, I just found you right now. Yep. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, the music industry has suffered a lot financially,
Mm, mm.
as well as the arts.
Yes, I think yeah, it's basically everything. Restaurants, so many things. Art, yes. Films. I believe there are few projects has been shoot here in Australia. So many of them. Even what is that one? It's on Stan, the Tiger guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was here. Elvis Presley shoot here. Yeah, some of it was in the Gold Coast. Julia Roberts and the other one, they made film that looks like they went to Bali. They actually went to with Sundays. So many, yeah, so many TV shows and films are actually should have been on set, and I'm like, wow. Actually, films are working here, but music is not really, kind of a bit slow in here. Yeah, which is not really. Yeah, I found. Just gotta put it here. I've seen few videos here, but are they music, right? All of them, right?
Yeah, I'll talk about the music industry. I've got some film scores as well that I've composed music to, like a couple of film scoring competitions.
Nice.
Sort of the trends that's going on. Talk about the record companies.
I'm just seeing some videos here. They're really actually funny.
I try to get as creative as I can.
Yeah, that's good. I love that, this kind of type of animation, and see that what you just, those are, yeah. You are actually an artist. Yeah, not, I don't believe you, but actually I can see you actually are.
I've done podcast interviews too, so they're on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch them later on. But I really like the bell, the bird, the little puppy. It's just so cute. Just, is that actually just your imagination? You just wanted to be like that, or it was actually like that?
Yeah, I created that originally. I just wanted to do something different. There's a third eye chakra on my podcast logo.
I'm actually painting the psychedelic right now at the moment. This is for me. I'm not selling this one. This is, I think, I hope this is definitely for me. I've done the third eyes and mushrooms, and I'm halfway. Yeah, so yeah, I guess your third eye just opened just like mine. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah, that shit is that shit is crazy. The third eye, yeah, it's in front of me right now. I've done a lot of symbols, mushrooms, eyes, trees. I've done a Moroccan door, a beautiful Moroccan door. Like, the design is beautiful. Butterfly, snake, a female face with one eye, a question mark, because there is a lot of question I still have. So I put the question mark right there.
So, do you meditate?
A lot, yes, of course.
What do you use, an app? Or...
No, my meditation is different. No, it's not an app. No, mostly I use like those kind of 888 hertz, or those just meditation, slow, just music that will that actually helps me to kind of just just calm down. But I usually go meditate in the nature, like a lot in the nature. I go, and I have a backyard here, but I go a lot to the forest. Well, to the bush, basically, not forest, to the bush. And I just take my crystals, smell nice essence, and I just sit still there. Sometimes no music, no nothing. I just hear the birds, the sounds of the tree, just anything that is right there. I can pick up the sound, and I don't talk. I just sit there, don't do nothing. Basically, it works. A lot of things comes through my mind when I just sit still and quiet. It's very, very, very different. It may sound, I don't know, but it's beautiful. Too much noises sometimes, I can't focus. But yeah, I do a lot of. I have crystals. I always kind of just charge them under the moon, the full moon, and just use them. Just rub them in my hands, and that's it. They're not going to help the whole thing. Obviously, they're not. They're not 100% healer, but they just help me because they come under the ground. They have this beautiful energy. So yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I like chakra meditation, breath work. I like law of attraction. I got some cards from Gabby Bernstein, affirmations as well.
Wow.
That's what I like.
Okay. Well, I'm going to change my profile photo. It's been a while. and I'm going to put these 7 chakras that I've just done a week ago, and I've done it in purpose to remind me to balance my shit. So you can see, even as the color, I'm not sure. Do you see it?
Not yet, I think.
Okay. I don't know. Yes, it's right there. Okay, I can see it, but maybe, I don't know. The crown chakra from the top, even one person says, why you put the colors that way? Why you put too much red on the bottom? I said, well, because there's a reason why I want to put it that way. And yeah, I started from the pink, from the crown to the third eye, to the throat, to the sacral, and down to the root. Yeah, so I like it. I don't know. It just reminds me of myself, to balance myself. It's hard to balance. So I'm doing the hard thing to balance. That's the hard thing. Balance is very hard. If you really think, or people think it's an easy thing, it is not. It is not easy. It's the hardest thing to really balance, to be positive in negative situations. Be positive in negative situations. Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard.
But it's not impossible, you know. But it's not something like it's impossible. It is possible. I mean, I've tried it before, and I think it works. When I see, or I'm in negative situation, or I just find myself in a negative situation, or something happened just from nowhere, and I found myself, I just try as much as I can to be positive. If it just escalates, I just leave. If it gets really bad, I just leave, because I may not control myself when I reach a level of that. So I just leave, and that's just better, just to leave.
So you're from Morocco, and how long you been in Brisbane for?
Oh, not Brisbane. I've been in Gold Coast, lived in Perth for a year. So in total, probably now, I'll say 13 years.
You plan to become an Australian citizen?
Well, I'm already Australian citizen.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they give it to me. So I was like, why not? But it wasn't something. It was because of my kids. I'm like, I wasn't really kind of like after. I don't. I believe I'm a citizen of this world. So it's not about Australia or that or there. My soul travels everywhere. When someone say, where are you from? Okay, well, that's where I open my eyes, in that land, but doesn't mean that I'm just from that land, because I'm not. Because my soul travels, and I see deja vu, and I'm like, I have never been in that country, but why I see this? Why I talk like that? Why I love that about that country? Or, you know, like, for example, UK. I have very crazy visions about UK, like the dresses, the Victorian dresses. I'm obsessed with Victorian dresses. Can you believe it? I got porcelain dolls, because the dresses and the hat, and I even took 2.5 months British accent course to learn the British accent, and I did the RP, like the Queen British. Yeah, I don't believe I'm from one place. Just no, because in fact, I speak already few languages. So am I only from that place because just I speak that? No, I speak Spanish. Is that means I'm Spanish? It doesn't matter. It's connecting. Knowing those things is about connecting to people. So
Saham, before the timer runs out, thanks for coming
yes.
on the podcast.
Oh,
Where can
thank
people
you.
find you on social media?
Well, I'm not here to gain anything, but Instagram, the psychedelic underscore 4 1s, like 111, the psychedelic. And yeah, I got Twitter, I think already connected there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So nice to see you. It was really
You
nice to
too.
see you, Superman,
You too.
Stephen, and I hope to see you again, and take care, and peace and love. Yes, and I'm gonna listen to the music and just keep doing it, man. Keep doing it.
I will.
Yeah.
Have a good day,
You
okay?
too. You too. You too. Bye bye.
Bye. All right. This was a great, fantastic episode today. I'm going to finish it off. I'd like to say thank you to all my listeners on Wisdom. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the Stephen Shields radio show and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Shields Productions. And you can listen to my music on Spotify and YouTube. I'm Stephen Shields. Bye for now.